Hey, what's going on, guys? It's TerrenceRe. Um, Video today is gonna be something that I'm gonna start doing in the future. I'm gonna keep this going on Sundays, called the Weekend Scan Short Stock Candidates. So every weekend I'll scan for something. May not always be short stock, could be long, but this particular scan has rendered some short stock candidates, and we're gonna go over those stocks. You can see them right there on my watch list right after the buffer. All right. First stock on the weekend scan that came up that I ran is Aflac, ticker symbol AFL. And if you're looking at it right here, it is overbought on the RSI. Right here, you see RSI 71.6 in the red. That lets us know that it is overbought. Um, and if we're looking at this is a 52. So this is a year chart, daily candlestick. Each candlestick is a day, year chart. So we're at a 52-week high. So once it broke out this level right here, you can see it made new highs. We even got a hit here. And you can see we got a long wick, a pullback, and then extended higher. If we look at the MACD, so let's keep in mind we know on the relative strength index is overbought, and the MACD, is beginning to roll over. See how it's, the acceleration is slowing down on the histogram, and if we look right here on these moving averages down here, it looks like it's beginning to close up. So same thing. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go to the option chain and show you what type of trade that I will put on, but we're just gonna go over the charts first, and then we'll come back, and then I'll give you some examples of some possible trades. If you take any of these trades when the market opens on Monday morning, now keep in mind, I don't know where it's gonna. This is a Sunday show, so I don't know where it's gonna open Monday. But any trade that you take, just understand that you own it. You own the, you trade these at your own risk. The next one is Biogen. So Aflac, is insurance, and then Biogen, I think this is like one of those science stocks or whatever. So for me, once again, if you follow my show, I'm all about the technicals for the most part. And if I see it, then I'll trade it, right? I trade what I see, not what I think. Right here, we got relative strength on 74. So it's overbought. Yearly highs. And if you're looking at it, just take a look. Gapped up. Now we got a gap from basically right around 200 to like 250. It found support at 250 and even gapped up again. So I imagine this came with some type of news. Maybe it was earnings. I don't see earnings on the chart. It should be some type of earnings. Let's look. Let's look over here. I'm not seeing. I don't know when they gave earnings or even if they had earnings, if they reported anything. So if you're looking at it, it's overbought on the year. So got 52-week highs. So this is, in my opinion, this is a great trade to get short. Let's take a look at FSLR, First Solar. Same thing. It's overbought. It's overbought. Now it is accelerating because you can see by the different shades of green on the histogram of the MACD that it is accelerating coming out of here. So I would expect this one to be up even more come Monday morning. But for me, those are the type of trades where I want to get short. I want to get short when it's high, when it's overextended. I'm gonna show you the perfect trade, in my opinion, to get in. Now this one on Gilead has already crossed over on the MACD right here. So this may be even a better setup with a RSI 78. So it's further extended, right? So if we're looking at this, just look at it. So it's even further extended. Let's take a look at IBM. Now IBM, look at it. Same thing, 77 on the RSI. Remember, the name of the game. Name of the game is buy low, sell high. So same thing here. Let's look at MPC, Marathon Petroleum, which is obviously, I think, an oil stock. So let's look at it. It's beginning to curl over on the RSI. It has curled over. Same thing. Let's look at Merck. We got Merck, same thing. Oh, it hasn't quite hit the overbought yet on Merck. It's at 68. So Merck is maybe one. I like to short them when they're overbought. So I like to see that red up there. And then I like to get short there. Now let's talk about some ways that I would get short these stocks, right? In my opinion, the best way to do it using options. Now I wouldn't want to, me personally, I would not want to short stock, like actually short the stock and sell the stock. I wouldn't want to do that. Me personally, I would do it with an option, and I would do it with something called a put spread. I wouldn't buy a put. There is a way to buy a put and do it kind of like a reverse, almost something similar to like a covered call where you maybe buy a deep in the money put, but that takes a lot of experience. I'll show you an example of that. So I would come in, let's say we would do it, and let's say we were doing it at IBM. I'll show you an example of that. And I would probably come out maybe 89, 61 days to do this, maybe 61. And I would go deep in the money. So where's my delta? I would probably be, I don't like the 74 or 89 delta, and you're going to pay up for it. Right now, you pay anywhere between $1,260 to $1,300, right? Let's say you paid $1,300 and you bought this 89 delta. You would hold this position and then roll it as it reached 100. So let's say the market went down about $10. You would then, and your delta became like a 96, 97, 98, 99. You would then roll this put down and then take profits, right? That's a little bit more advanced. But for a beginner strategy, I would just do a put spread. I would come in here and be looking maybe 33 days. I want to be right around 30 days if you can get it. And then I would come like one in the money or two in the money, one out, $2 wide. You probably pay about 90 cents for it, showing right now. When the market open up, these spreads would tighten up. So anywhere, if it's a $2 wide spread, you don't want to pay more than $1, maybe $1.05. And you want to maybe try to make $50 out of it. You can move this around. See, it's 86. I would probably shoot for this one right here. Try to get filled somewhere around. You see, the probability of profit is 55%. And if you only shoot for 50%, that's what this means. Probability of 50% of max profit. So max profit in this case would be like what, 110. If you got filled for 90, it's $2 wide spread. Subtract the 90 that you paid. That means max profit is 110. You see it right here. So 50% of this 110 would be $55. You got a 68% chance of hitting that trade. Now, guys, think about it. If I got a probability of 50% of max profit, making 68, that means if you do this trade 100 times, you should win 68 times, right? Hypothetically. Now, if that's the case, now all you got to do is manage the losers. This is how you set yourself up to win more than you lose. And by using the type of technical analysis that I'm using, I'm shorting something Look how overextended it is. So not only am I putting the numbers on my side and doing this trade, looking at this chart, if I had to bet, like I don't care what stock it is, like take the stock out of your mind. Because a lot of times we look at what we think will happen. Let's just look at this stock. You looking at it, you like, man, look at this running up. You would think that at some point, now we don't need it to come all the way back down. You hype more than likely to get your 50% out of this trade. You probably needed to come down maybe to 140. It's at 147. You just need to pull back into here somewhere and you're out of this trade. So let's go back to the trade tab. So let's just look and see if we wanted to, so let's say 140. Let's say we needed to get to 140 to get paid, right? Look, 140 is right here. What's the probability of touch? You got a 53% chance probability of touch of hitting 141. The platform is telling you this, right? So you can look the probability of the market just touching these areas right over here. And all I got to do is come over here and I can change any of these. Right now I got it on touch because I just know what's the probability of the market touching this area. So I got a 53% chance of it touching this area, right? I'm going to be going over these type of trades a little bit more in the future. So you want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel because this one is live. This video is live. I'm going to do these videos on Sundays live and not pre-recorded. So then that way, if someone wants to come in and, ask questions or throw a stock up, you can. And the next week when I go over this, I'm going to bring up the Analyze tab. I don't want to make these videos too long. So next week, I'm going to show you the Analyze tab. And then I'm going to show you how you can use the Analyze tab to see how much money you can make by the charting the movement of the stock. The Analyze tab will show you can plot it out, move it out in days, and you can show through day stepping what's the odds of you getting there, how far you needed to go to make the money you need to make. These platforms now are so good, like with math and giving you the math to set you up to be where you almost don't need to pay somebody to do this for you. Like you don't, financial advisors and stuff like that. I'm not against them, but if you put a little bit of effort into this, you can do this yourself and you can be pretty good at it. It's not super hard, guys. And like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video. And next week, we're going to come back and we're going to have another scan. It won't always be short. Like I said, some of the scans may be long. I may have like something different depending on what the market is doing. And with that, guys, I'm out. Peace.